Hi, this is Love from Tits and Giggles podcast. I love using Anchor because it's easy to operate and I can just pick up the phone and speak my mind whenever I want. I love the podcast availability because I can get it out to multiple platforms at the same time without having to go. It automatically generates your RSS feed and you get it out to your listeners. And I love the background music and all the sound effects. Loving Anchor so much. You should try it for yours. This is Love again with Tits and Giggles podcast. What's up, Tits and Giggles? On such a day where we're still dealing with the real world, let's escape and talk about mindless topics per usual. Today, I want to talk about, should you get back with your ex? Me personally, I'm completely against it. For one, the world is so big. I feel like if I got back with my ex, let's see how many people there are in the world. How many people are there in the world? Let's see. I know there's a lot. Right now, in the world, there is almost 8 billion people. 7.9 billion people, according to the worldometer. So why, out of all those people, would you go back to your ex? Unless you have kids together or something like that. And even still, have you guys ever heard of co-parenting? I think people haven't mastered that enough yet. I think sometimes, I know for me personally, I hated when my mom would get back with her husband. As a kid. So it really didn't help. In her mind, she felt like she was keeping our family together, but it's like, lady, move on. You'll be happier. Well, I'll be happier. That's just my 2 cents. But let's go to see what Marie Claire says. So these are the cons of why they think that you shouldn't. I'm going to go down their list. They said that you can never make it like it used to be. Some relationships simply can't withstand that moment when the magic ends. No need to get back together and beat a dead horse. Very, very true. Yeah, if you break up, there's a miracle. I think the only reason people get back together because they feel like, nobody else wants them because they're still stuck on their ex, or they literally don't have the patience to date in the real world, which I can understand that, but I'm just telling you, there's 8 billion people. Just take it a day at a time. Here's another reason. They said it might be for the wrong reasons. When you have that familiarity with each other, it seems so easy to fall into bad habits. For example, I'm getting back together many women as a temporary band-aid for mutual loneliness, which usually plays itself out in the form of sex with no real relationship. Yeah, I get it. That too. Another con, they might hurt you again. Yeah. Or you might not forgive them for what they hurt you for initially. They'll think they can get away with anything. Very true. When you keep taking your ex back, especially if they're a repeat offender of things, they'll just probably be like, this fool thinks I have they have no standards. Another one, you have no room to grow. Meeting new people helps you grow and you learn from each new relationship. Going back to an old relationship might stunt your growth as a person and prevent you from meeting someone better. Very true. And that is also why you should close the door to the ex. Unless it's a co-parenting thing. And like I said, I don't feel like people have mastered co-parenting. I know I never did. I kind of just was a single parent. I'd rather be a single parent than co-parent because sometimes your exes are crazy. But yeah, how can you grow if you keep going back to the same person? People always say how life is so short, but then they go back to the same old. So let's go to why you should give them a second chance. Losing you made them get their act together. So the reality of losing someone causes people to get their act together. They do some soul searching, figure it out where they want, and realize how they should have developed to be better in the relationship next time around. Yeah. You might regret not taking them back. We've all been there before with the one who got away. I mean, if you are a self-sabotager, which I've been in the past, I still say if you broke up with them and you lost somebody that you felt was good, still don't go back. Like, there's 8 billion people. I still go back to this. Like, you will find the one when you're at the maturity level that you should be at. Then whoever you may have self-sabotaged in the past, let them go on and be happy. Don't pull them back in. It's impossible not to take them back. Usually your heart is wrong and your head is right, but your heart wins out. Sometimes it's impossible to say no, and that's okay. Just don't be surprised if it doesn't work out. It could be better than it ever was. This is rare, according to the Marie person. But here's an example. He said his parents, and this is from a male perspective, interestingly enough, that his parents got back together after a separation, and they've been happy together ever since. Sometimes a breakup helps you sit back and take stock. Or your parents were just too old and there was nobody else out there. But he clarifies, ultimately, I lean toward not taking someone back. I think it's important to move on, meet new people, and gain experience. It's definitely riskier to take someone back than it is to let them back in your life. However, I find it incredibly romantic when two people are separated by circumstance and time and overcome the odds to end up back together. So this guy, the author is Rich Raven, so he's an author. So what do you guys think? Like I said, I personally feel like taking your ex back is a huge mistake because, like I said, it's 8 billion people. Like, get somebody new. I get, like, dating is exhausting. I get all that, but if you broke up with somebody, there was a reason behind it. Either it could be a fault with you or them, but I feel like when things don't work out, they just don't work out, and hopefully you'll gain a friend for them. I think it's almost better to be friends with them. I mean, obviously some people still love, people. I know that Khloe Kardashian said, you never fall in love with somebody, you just find somebody who loves you more, whatever that means. I can personally tell you that some of my exes don't love them, don't even like them. But that's just me. I wanted to just talk about something mindless because I know what's going on in the world right now. And sometimes we just need a mindless topic to talk about. Let's see about exes, famous exes that made it work. Let's see. Celebrity couples. Well, we all know J-Lo and Ben, which is like, do you guys think that they will get back together? I love that they're saying JoJo, the little girl star from Dance Mom, and her girlfriend Kylie got back together. It's like they're so young. Now, when you're young, obviously you're going to break up and get back together. I'm not even talking about that age. I think, like I said, and you really don't evolve into who you become. I think you won't even figure out who you were starting to become to your 30s. So if you broke up with somebody in your little teenage young years and you meet them along in adulthood and you guys have matured, sure, give it another chance. So I guess that's an exception. Let's see, Ben Stiller and his wife got back together, and Miguel, who's a singer, and his wife split in 2021, but then got back together. With these musician people, it's like Winnie Harlow's supermodel and her boyfriend got back together after splitting up for a year. I think that both of their egos are so big that they are perfect for each other. It's kind of like J-Lo and Ben. It's like some egos can only handle others. I don't know who Joe Martin and Eric Brooks are, but they split up in 2019 and got back together. Dave Audette and the Annabelles, they got back together. Neo and his wife Crystal. They're always an interesting couple because Neo, his first baby mama, that's all we'll call her because he never married her and he convinced her to get her tubes tied. Then he went on to marry a woman that he met in the strip club and have babies with her, which Neo is problematic all day. But him and his wife, he did make her his wife, so I won't downplay her. She's no longer a stripper, but they were gonna do a divorce and then they got back together. I still think it was because of a song, because he was, a lot of these people I've noticed, the famous people, they like to break up for attention. Everybody does everything for attention. Wow, I never knew Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos had broken up. Interesting. The day before they went off and eloped. And then they got married. Justin and Haley, they've had a definite on and off, but they are on. Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, they had broke up and gotten back together. Sharon and Ozzy, I mean, come on. They deserve it. People like them, if your husband eats bats and snores ants, there's only one woman for him. So, another exception. If you're oddly weird, yes, stay. Don't torture the rest of the world. Just stay together. McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy, Patrick and Jillian, they had divorced, but then they got back together. Pink and her husband, yes, they've definitely had on and off, but they're back together. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Another messy relationship. You know, Dwayne had cheated on his wife with Gabrielle and then got with her, then cheated on her and married her, but he also had a baby that he never, ever talks about. Just their whole relationship is odd. Their whole relationship could be a podcast, actually, but I almost think that he married her because, you know, they deserve each other. She kind of deserves him. They're very odd. Adam Levine and his wife, back on and off. Justin and Jessica Biel split and got back together. Prince William and Kate Middleton. Who knew? In 2011, they split in 2007 and had a break, but got back together. So, you know, even celebrities have success story kindling, but I'm definitely convinced that celebrities, who else would tolerate them? So, for instance, Dwayne Wade and his wife, like, she says she licks his butthole in her book, and he is definitely looks like he got some secrets that Gabby is aware of. So it's almost to me like a blackmail type of relationship. I don't know. But unless your ex has serious blackmail on you, or like I said, if you met when you were younger and then you grew up and you guys decided to make it work again, knock yourself out. But I want to remind you that there are 7.9 billion people in the entire world, and we have internet and we have other ways. Like, try something else. Just try, at least for a little bit, or just be by yourself. But don't go back with your ex. I wouldn't recommend it. Grow a little bit. It's all about the growing pains, and that's just my 2 cents. You guys stay safe out there. Stay prayed up. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. You know, practice safe sex. Got the monkeypox and all this weird new diseases going around. It's just so much going on, and I just wanted to give you guys a light podcast to kind of listen to, you know, me babble about exes. Let me know what you think. Would you get back with your ex? Have you had a successful reunion? I don't even know. Reunion. I wanted to say reunification, but have you had a successful reunion with your ex, or have you just tried again and it failed? Which I know a lot of people that have tried again and again and again, and it fails and fails and fails. But some people love a toxic soup. But anyway, that is my 2 cents. This is Tits and Giggles signing off. You guys have an amazing day and stay safe. Much love.